solid, sturdy.
And for it's just something for about 10-15 minutes, so it's turn everybody off. But do that.
You flipped it with your...
Cool. I'm just being conscious of the emotion. I went in panic mode. That was me in panic mode. All right. So the reason we use the black again is so that we can have no light reflecting underneath, and you can use a black towel or anything like that. The screen that we're using, it should be dry. When I was coating the other one, I thought, like, man, how am I going to put the bottom to burn it because the emulsion's still wet, but remember, it has to be dry. So we're going to do it this way, the way I've always learned to do it. There. Images on there. We'll burn it with a little hair on there. Didn't hurt anybody. Actual glass. That looks pretty good. And so we'll expose it for about, I'm going to say 15 minutes myself, but he said definitely 10, no less. There's my friend who was going to come help me do this. He says that he uses this super speedy process, and he uses those construction work lights, those yellow lights that come with a grill. They come in pretty average size. They have a metal pole where they kind of stand on their own. That he uses that with his hand to actually expose it. So he puts it really close, and kind of, but again, back to, he picks up a pattern. He's not just going all ballistic, like literally like he's painting. And he does like, he moves it within, as he's brushing, he moves it back and forth, just like it's paint. And he says he did it for about 5-6 minutes.
It's about 5 minutes he recommended.
And that, yeah, that he was, he did the roller derby, Alamo City Roller Girls. He did all their shirts and their uniforms and stuff. So he always had to make more. He has like hundreds of these size with individual. That's the number that was on there, was one of the jerseys, the girls' jerseys. Mm-hmm. But he says that's that day of the show. Sometimes he would just like with that, because that stuff's hot. We used it for a photo shoot that one time, and that's just holding it is like, it's sick, it's stupid. It's so hot, it's like hell.
But doesn't the amount of like exposure time depend on the size of the screen as well? And
so
the intensity of the bulb?
So the intensity of the bulb is the only thing that matters. As far as the actual light projecting it, is you want to focus on the actual image itself. So whatever image that you're burning, you better make sure that, again, at some point, you don't want where the image is. And first of all, you don't want the light at any angle. That's like first and foremost. You always want it directly on top. And then second is making sure that that distribution of light. So even if our image that we were burning right now, let's just say it was this big and this was our screen here, we're still really good with the direction of the actual light. And placement is everything. Back to like math and geometry or whatever, all like that. That really comes into practice when you're actually burning it, like even screening it. But apparently, like I said, this is the first time I've never used this kind of emulsion. But he was bragging about how this emulsion is so great, how it's like 50% less or more chance of you messing up. 50% less of a chance. Does that make sense? Right? 50% less of a chance. More. Yeah. Then also because it said like that other one was a lot different. And we tried burning a screen before that one time. You did, right?
5 times.
Like 5 times over and over. But it was that other.
And I had like a thick layer.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Yeah. And it's kind of like the emulsion's supposed to be. It looks thick because when it's in the container, but when you in reality, just like I said, when it's like a painting, it should be pretty see-through as you're coating it. So there shouldn't be like the way I was trying to coat those lines. Like you guys can tell by looking that there's still a whole bunch of paint
lot.
Yeah, and that's just like I said. I just did that before I got here, so